Mitrom and Bandhuvam, welcome to South Asia Maps Intellectual Kshatriya channel that brings South Asia-centric knowledge to the audience. I also post in other related general topics. That is, today we are discussing about human ecology, how humans interact among themselves with other biotic, abiotic world, plant kingdom, animal kingdom. That is the human ecology, what the predicament, dilemma, difficulty humans face on the planet Earth. That is human impasse. We are in the bottleneck century with 8 billion people and depleted resources. The essential theme of the pioneering work of Dr. Catton from United States of America, from Washington State University, Pullman. His monumental work in 2 books, Overshoot and Bottleneck. So I have made this presentation for you, part 42 of human ecology. The circular ecosystems, linear ecosystems. After this presentation, you will get a very broader view that will enhance your perspective and thinking. This is circular, this is the planet Earth. Planet Earth with 510 million square kilometers, among which 150 is the landmass, remaining water. You can fit 150 Egypts in the entire planet Earth, land, 10 Americas. So circular ecosystems. This is the linear ecosystem. The entire planet Earth life, you can think about the energy transformation, energy processing. Sunlight falls, photosynthesis occurs, the corn, the rice, wheat grown, we harvest and eat it. The chemical transformation, after 70-80 years we pass away, the food chains, all are interconnected chemical transformations. Historically, they were circular in nature. Carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, water cycle, and all those things. Circular chemical transformations are perpetual, self-perpetuating way of life. If you live in the Indian village, the monsoon starts on the 1st of June in the Wayanad region, that is the Travancore region, and the crops you grow for the next 100-120 days, again you harvest and you leave after the Pongal time. The next year again the monsoon starts, and so on. So circular chemical transformations are perpetual way of life. Whereas the linear chemical transformations are self-terminating way of life. The linear, it falls off, you are going here, it falls off, terminating. Linear chemical transformations. We'll talk about takeover, drawdown, and carrying capacity briefly, and military industrial complexes, niches, MIC, Homo sapiens, Homo Colossus, Detritus, ecosystem, and so on. That is the circular ecosystems, the linear ecosystems. Taking over, that means the humans have taken over the planet Earth. Before agriculture started, around about 10,000 years, eliminated, taking over means remove all the flora and fauna and convert the forest land and into an agricultural land, start farming. Enhance the carrying capacity means instead of hunters and gatherers, now we can have more and more humans living on the planet Earth by taking over. That is enhancing the carrying capacity. The load, that means the carrying capacity, the load planet Earth or a country or the entire globe can hold. Indefinitely, taking over enhances the carrying capacity. After steam engine and discovery of iron, oil and coal, industrialization, draw down deep and deep, extract minerals, metals, fossil fuel, give high standard of living, Drawdown, that is temporarily enhancing the carrying capacity, phantom carrying capacity, the ghost carrying capacity. Military industrial complexes is the word coined by President Eisenhower around about 1961, demitted office before Kennedy took over. Essentially mean the industrial natures, the jobs like a doctor, automobile engineers, and so on, now software engineers and so on. MIC is military industrial complexes. Homo sapiens is the normal human being. He is a genetically identical cousin, resource consuming, prodigal, extravagant. He is Homo Colossus. Detritus is the decaying organic matter, dead organic matter. Detritus ecosystems are temporary. Detritus means dead. Historically, plants and animals, they died, buried on the planet Earth. Heat and pressure processed them, made into coal, oil, natural gas. Detritus in a broad sense of fossils. Today we are running industrial agriculture, so we are detritus eaters, detritivores. Let's talk about briefly linear circular. The World War I, World War II. Actually, the problem started after World War I and World War II. Events between these two wars are very important. Previously, there was less industrialization. The systems were circular. That means by 1818, there is 1 billion people. By 1919, there are 2 billion people. After 1919, today, 2022, there are 8 billion people. There is a humongous increase, explosion of population, explosion of technology. The events that happened between World War I and II that accelerated our dilemma and fate, because explosion of population, explosion of technology. Human communities historically lived in the organic resources, especially the sunlight, photosynthesis, agriculture, harvested the plants, raised some chickens or goat or animals, and these animals provided their energy, the muscular energy, the horses, the bullocks, the draught animals, where we can plow them, use their muscular power, transport the goods and so on. That was the plant energy, the grain we harvested, animal energy, their muscular energy, complemented by the moving air and water. That was the circular. All these are solar income, regular income. It will happen year after, generation after. That means in the circular system, the world without an end. That should not be construed as a word without a limit. There are limits, but it will be without an end with particular limit. Sometimes people overgraze the land, they deplete the resources, they move away, the populations were less, systems will collapse, they migrate to nearby area. After 100, 200 years, the systems will recover, they come back there. It's called Liebig's law of minimum applies. Carrying capacity at that time, at 1800, when there is 1 billion people on the planet Earth, was not overshot yet. That means there is less load than the earth can support. CCP not overshot. Then the man was living on the solar income, regular income, your regular job. Every month paycheck will come, every year annual income come, every year it circulated, essentially agricultural niches. Man was living on current income. Why he was living? He was not like very wisdom or talented, no, he was ignorant. So ignorance made them to live. When this ignorance eliminated after steam engine was made and accidentally found the fossils, coal, natural gas, iron, the oil from 1800 to 1900. So this is a traditional carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle. So that ended. Before that, the system was circular. The circular energy transformation, circular perpetuating. What happened in the linear ecosystems? After steam engine was invented 1800 in Europe, then the discoveries of the iron, coal, fossil fuel. At one time, the United States in 1850 just poked a hole. There was oil everywhere, oil in Texas, Oklahoma, and so on in Pennsylvania. The new ways to use the Earth's one-time deposits. Remember, iron, coal, these fossils were made millions and million years of geological histories, ecological histories, geological processes, ecological process that accidentally humans discovered. Previously they were ignorant. Now they discovered accidentally, started using them. They enlarged the carrying capacity, gave themselves high standard of living. But this is not real. This is the ghost, because these resources are temporary. One time, that is called drawing down the resources, temporarily increasing the carrying capacity, ghost carrying capacity, phantom. Homo sapiens become Homo Colossus. The rate of withdrawal, he thought, is not regular income, it's a saving. Suppose you have a 1 lakh like 10 lakh rupees in your account. Every month you take like a certain amount, you will lose it. Suppose interest is not paid, 1 lakh, 10 lakhs means 12 lakhs. Every month you take 1 lakh, within 12 months you lose. Instead of that, if you have a regular job, regular income, less standard of living, perpetually it happens. That was circular, this is the linear. So a lot of people think oil is produced. Oil is not produced by the companies. They didn't produce. Farmers produce the grain. Oil companies, they extract. The oil was already made by the geological, ecological process of millions of years. This is the term, the misleading word oil producers made us to produce. Today, industrial agriculture doesn't produce the food. It converts to the tractors, the fertilizers and phosphate and urea. Already the energy, the petroleum, natural gas based things into the food. So there is no farmer, there is no food producer. This is all done by the fossils. So these things you have to keep in mind. This industrialization reduced the manpower requirement in agriculture in America in 1900s. Everybody moved into the industrial niches called military industrial complexes, means new occupational niches. Modern jobs are all MICs, military industrial complexes, which are temporary and fossil fuel based. What happens if the fossil fuels leave us? That will happen within 2 to 3 decades. Most of them will go away. Then if they collapse, what happens to MIC niches? Depletion of fossil fuel. That is the dilemma, that is the human impasse we face. That means these drawdown methodologies, our lifestyles, standard of living, human development indices in the so-called former developed world, all based upon the linear chemical transformations. This prosthetic humans means humans using lot of, that's the machinery, the cars and so on. Just you can think like they're external organs. And non-crop substances. Previously, farmers in the agricultural world, they used only crop substances, little bit animal renewable. So that's the very, very important linear circular systems. Take home thing is linear circular ecosystems. Circular ecosystems are chemical transformation. Entire life on the planet Earth is chemical transformation. And they are self-perpetuating way of life. There is a linear chemical transformation. Industrial societies are self-terminating way of life. This we have to keep in mind. Homo Colossus is a gigantic human resource protocol from the ecological perspective compared to normal Homo sapiens. Discussed in part 5, you can look at that. And drawing down these resources is drilling temporarily for minerals, metals, coal and oil, natural gas. Here drilling down, these are the tractors making the food in the industrial agriculture. And this is Dr. Catton and his monumental works, two books, Overshoot and Bottleneck, where most of the concepts I am taking and presenting. And this is my main YouTube channel, that is J. Reddy South Asia Maps. You can go there. There are more than 30 playlists, and with more than 250 the exquisitely made the presentations, and you can look at them, and whatever the idea like interest you have, you will find them: the Bengal and human ecology, the Islam, the Pakistan and railway history, Deccan, Madras presidency, Bombay presidency, and so on. So you can also see me once a while in Twitter. So India Maps number 2. So I already discussed before a lot of other topics. I think today's topic is that is the ecosystem circular and linear, that is the 42 part, and before that, and I had like many carrying. So you can look all of these, first 5, next 5, 15, 20 and 25, 30 and 35, 40, and we are in the 42 ecosystems, circular and linear. This just I have put it for your convenience, and you can peruse them, what are the various topics in the human ecology, and I have presented. And Mitram and Bandhuvam, thank you very much joining me today. And if you like the presentation, and I really appreciate if you make certain comments on the talk, and if you are listening me at share chat, I really request you take some few seconds, go to the YouTube channel and post your comments on a particular topic or any compliments, criticisms, like how you are taking this knowledge and information, what you'd like me to add or modulate as per your preferences, requirements. That will be greatly appreciated. That will help me in bringing this information to the audience which are similar to you and aspiring to learn more and understand. And again, I will take this opportunity from South Asia Maps, your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy. See you later.